It's important to take a customer-centric view of the world because selling product is all about meeting the needs of customers, what their interests are, their problems, their fears, their motivations, their aspirations, their dreams. And so companies need to think about, well, how can we meet all those criteria in one way, shape, or form? And so you're thinking about the customer experience and how the customer can enjoy and get value out of your product. And you're not really thinking about the product. The product plays a secondary role, as hard as that is to believe, but it's all about the customer and not about the product. Knowing your target audience is really about having a very granular view of the world. In many cases, a lot of companies look at target audiences in large amorphous groups, and really target audiences really break down to maybe 3, 4, 5 different segments. And their needs are fundamentally the same, but they're different in slightly different ways. And that means that you need to talk to them and market to them and sell to them differently. A 25-year-old a single woman may have different needs when it comes to fashion than a 35-year-old woman who has 2 kids. Same product, but different needs, different lifestyles. And that's why target audiences are so important. It's important to always be storytelling. It's the way that we connect. It's the way that we drive relationships and trigger emotions and actually get people to do things. And so you really need to be crafting narratives and telling narratives wherever you are, whether it's a sales call or a coffee or a demo or a presentation, or you're doing it on your website or your video, because that's how people receive the important messages. That's how it sort of infuses into the marketplace. And that stories, you lead with a story and then you can follow with your product or your technology or your platform. But the way to really get people sort of into the experience and into what you're trying to tell them is lead with a story. Always lead with a story. Standing out from the crowd is obviously a good place to be. The reality is, for most companies, most startups, even startups that think of themselves as being innovative, is that there's lots and lots of competition doing very similar things to them. And so when you put product by product, they're the same. So what you need to do is think of ways that you can be different, that you can accentuate the innovative or unique things about what makes your product stand above everybody else's. And if you can do that, it doesn't have to be a sharp differentiation, but if you can do that in some way, shape, or form, then you stand a better chance of actually capturing some people's attention. And if you can do that, then you can get them, or possibly get them, to buy your product. So the summary is that being different is good. It's hard, but it's good, and it's what you need to do.